I was in a crusade ground several years ago, praying for the sick. God was doing miracles. I saw the angel of God literally in the atmosphere, touching people. And the angel of God in that meeting got to a man on the wheelchair, picked him up to walk. In the vision, I was on the altar. It was clear to me that the man has received his healing, but he was still sitting down. He was waiting for me to pull him. I went there, I lay my hands. He sat down. He was looking at me. Every other person were sharing testimony. In my spirit, I knew that something was wrong with that man on the wheelchair. The same angel that touched 8 others that were testifying touched him in that very program. And the Lord spoke to me. He is the gatekeeper of his miracle. He's hindering me. He is sick, but somebody told him the man of God is using something. So all in his mind, I want to see what he's using. Why God has healed him. I took the mic as I was collecting the testimony. I harassed him. I said, you are already healed, but your unbelief will keep you on the chair. And I asked him, what is your interest point? To walk or to inspect the anointing that is making people to be healed? And he said, I want to walk. And I said, as long as you are judgmental, you will die on the wheelchair. When I said that word, he looked at my eyes. His legs were shaking. He stood up. And by the time he took the first step, he took the second step. He said, Father, forgive me. The sin was the sin of unbelief. And that's what the devil does. Let me tell you, church folks, the first time you came to this church, there is a level of your faith. The level of your faith was high because you came as a virgin follower, because you came from the God that is behind the man of God. Until you met some Judas, you met some traitors, some Jezebel, some gossiper, some spoiler of men of God that have received from the grace but are trying to disgrace the grace that graced them. And as you continue to hear, your anointing of following drop down. You cannot get from an anointing you undermine, you underestimate, you disgrace. And the God of this commission said, I did that and that the first 1 year you came because you were connected to me. When you first came, first 3 months you got testimony. All you were doing, you were receiving here. Nobody said anything to you. Your mind was connected. Listen to me. As soon as you started hearing what you are not supposed to hear, you thought you are fighting me, but you don't understand that the devil was supplying information to destroy you, not me. That is why with all you hear, you are expecting the man of God not to increase, but every time you see him change level, because you cannot measure the man of God by what faith spoilers say, because the man of God is not measured by what you have heard. The man of God is measured by what God said. But because your mind thinks you are having a privileged information, you are having a privileged information to destroy your faith.